Okay, good afternoon. This is take 2. My daughter called with really great news, so, I had to take the call. Alright, here we go. I was not meaning this to be specifically like Rooster chicken journal, but the paper was just so beautiful, and the image that I found for the cover just was gorgeous. But then I went in a more birds in general type of theme throughout the journal, and just random, because that's the way I do it, just random. Okay, we have this vintage trim that is gorgeous. I've taken 2 layers of cardstock and sewn them together all the way around. That's the cover. The closure is eyelet and ribbon. I kept it closed, I kept it tied because when I don't, it like springs open and I can't stop it. So, let's see if I can find the 2 ends. Nope. Find the 2 ends. Yay. Okay, there we go. Alright, here's the pattern paper on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have a book plate. And then we have, and it's coming up on the corner, stay down. Okay, and we have a postcard, which is a tuck spot. Some, gathered? Okay, we'll call it gathered fabric. I'm not real good at it yet, but I'm still practicing. I'm learning. Okay. Journal card with all the images like this are from Mrs. Cogs. It's called Feeding Birds, I believe. And some bling down the side. On the back we have this gorgeous pattern paper, which I figure if you turn it on its side, you can write in between the flowers. Like down the row. Anyway, it was pretty. And she's feeding chickens. And then we have a tag that I've decoupaged a napkin on and stamped in the back with some vintage trim. Isn't that beautiful? I've stamped and stenciled throughout. This is also from Mrs. Cox. This kind of goes with this paper at the front, so I really wanted to use that paper, but it was a little short. So I added a row of edge punched cardstock to it, and it brought it up sufficiently. So we have a Rooster recipe card stamped on the back, and an index card that I punched the corners and stamped. Ledger paper. In this book there are 2 pages, I don't know how I did that, 2 pages that I've sewn in upside down. This is one of them, but it's still very journalable. Is that a word? Journalable. It's a new word. Okay. Stencil. This is Nectar's creation, which I love, and some vintage trim from my good friend Jane. Thank you, Jane. Here's the flap of an envelope that's on farther in the book, which probably means I did it upside down too. It's usually the envelope's first, isn't it? Okay, 3 things upside down. Goodness. I've glued an envelope onto the flap. This is Tracy Fox's kit. Isn't that pretty? I've just sewn around it and glued it down. A sticker, this is sweet. Inside the envelope, we have a large index card that I've stamped the corners. And you can definitely fit lots more in this journal. Lots of your own personal touches. Here we have a flip out that is cardstock, a layer of dictionary page, and I've stamped it, added some trim, and put the sentiment darling. Here's the second page that I did upside down, or the third, whichever way you're looking at it. And so it's Edith Holden, so I didn't want to cover it up. So I did an edge tuck, side tuck, and then some lace trim. So you can still see the pretty, beautiful of the flowers, but maybe it camouflages slightly the upside downness. Maybe. Okay, I did an envelope with more Tracy Fox images with pattern paper, and then the envelope is made out of pattern paper with a queen bee on the inside from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, I think, pretty sure. Then we have this journal card that I've made with some fabulous images from a magazine a vintage style magazine that Teresa Rogers sent me in a swap. Thank you, Teresa. Some more gathered fabric. Then on the back it says, "May the dear Lord bless and keep you." And on this side we have a top tuck with vintage trim. And tucked in there we have 3 pages of note paper for added journaling, and to camouflage the upside downness, which they're still beautiful even upside down. 2 note papers. This is composition notebook paper, index card. Here we have die cuts of the flower and the leaves. They all come as a set, but the flowers are they're all separate pieces, and then I put the flower parts together with a floral brad and glued it down. And then behind it you have some cardstock that is edge punched, just for some interest behind it. Okay, let me explain these tags. I got a new set of stamps. Aren't they cool? And I wanted to try them out on something. So I got my deck of goodness, tags, and I just started stamping randomly just to see if the stamps worked, and they do. They're awesome, but I can't throw away the tags, so there you go. It's a tag, and I think they're nice. Tim Holtz ephemera piece from Paper Pad. Here is a large tag page. The other half of the index card with another flower and more edge punched cardstock. I thought those turned out pretty. Another try out the new stamps tag. It's a term, it'll get used. And Tim Holtz. Note papers. This is grid paper. Another top tuck with some more vintage trim. Nectar's Creation, because I just love her papers. Aren't they so pretty? And I backed it onto lined cardstock, sewed around it, and stamped it. Another side tuck with some lace trim. And this one, see, it's still pretty. In this one I've done an altered envelope, just a regular envelope. I've tea-dyed it, added some stenciling, and then decoupaged a napkin. More stenciling on the back, then on the inside we have some tea-dyed lined paper and a stamp that says, "Sing to the Lord with thankful hearts." Another flip out made with cardstock, Edith Holden book page, and my bunny stamp. I was unfortunate in where I placed it though. So her eyes look like the letter P and the letter E, maybe? But anyway. And then some trim. Here's the envelope. Has some bunnies on it, and some strawberries, and a ladybug. And on the inside, we have another image from Mrs. Cox. I really thought these were chickens. They are so turkeys, but you know, okay. She's feeding some birds. And then I sewed it on there and stenciled lightly. You can write all over in that. Nectar's creation paper and some more trim. Gorgeous. The upside down address book. Ledger paper. More of this beautiful paper, and added some more edge punched cardstock to make it taller. A beautiful, what did I call it? Oh my goodness, recipe card that my daughter got me that you can journal on, and I stamped the back. I got a set of tags that you can make different types of tags in this one set. I got it from Tuesday Morning, long while ago. I don't know why I didn't use it till now. But I opened it up and pulled one out, and this was it. So pretty. This image came from Sue Miller. She sent that. Is that pretty? And then the cardstock sticker came from a paper pad. So I just used a bit of the sticker. And then stamped the back. And some more vintage trim. And this little boy and his bird. And the little basket to his side, or cage, whatever you want to call that. This stamp makes me daydream a lot when I look at it, because one of my goals one day is to have a garden shed where all of my potting stuff is, and look at the little pots down here, and the watering can, and she opens up the door and walks out into this beautiful garden with lilies and iris, and just, wouldn't that be such a wonderful step out into type of thing? Oh, that'd be so nice. Anyway, and then some more of the gathered fabric. And tucked behind this lovely stamp that I like is, she's like the greatest image ever from, well, I mean, I only have like 2 of her kids, so I really can't say, but so far, this is my favorite image that Mrs. Cox has done. Isn't it so pretty? And some bling, of course. And same on the back as the other one. And this tag that I've just decoupaged a napkin on. And crochet trim. And stamp the back. And that is my Rooster, Chicken, Birds in General journal. This one has already been spoken for, but I would like to thank all my subscribers, and thank you all for watching, and have a most wonderful day. Bye-bye.